Okay, so we need to talk about thumbnails and we need to talk about thumbnail strategy. Why is this important? Because as I said in the last video, it doesn't matter if you've got the best video in the world. If no one is clicking on your videos, it doesn't matter. And the first thing people see when they, go onto YouTube or go into any kind of media, whether you're on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever, is the thumbnail. And not everyone is going to be at their desktop. A lot of people are looking at this stuff on their phone or their tablet. So your thumbnail needs to stand out from basically your competition. So this is just a incognito mode tab open in Chrome, and literally there's a lot of thumbnails here from some of the biggest recommended channels that are out there. You've got people like Mr. Beast and so forth, but I wouldn't say you need to look at them and try and replicate and copy them, because they're huge. They could pretty much put any thumbnail on there and people are going to click it because they've got their loyal fans and stuff like that. So what you need to do is you need to look at your niche, what is your channel about, and you need to do some research about them. So say your channel is about drawing cartoon characters. So if we search for drawing cartoon characters, it's going to show you who your competition are. Who are the top ranking videos in that niche? So what you need to do is just have a little bit of a look, see what they're doing, and as I say, don't just replicate what they're doing, but you need to replicate and innovate and come up with something that's going to stand out more. So, a lot of these drawing cartoon characters thumbnails, they're all white backgrounds with colourful characters. So what if you did one that was colourful background as well? Would that make it stand out? Like this one with Bart Simpson, some oranges and reds and some yellows on there, 2.7 million. One here from Cypher Dan, 2.3 million views. Again, stands out a lot from the white background one. So this is what you guys need to do when we're talking about thumbnail strategy. But also, your thumbnails are not going to happen overnight. So what I said before is I'm going to show you some of the analytics for one of my channels, and we're going to have a look at some of my thumbnail designs and see how they've evolved and see how changing them has actually worked to increase the views on videos. So this is a thumbnail of one of my videos. It's not one of my biggest videos. It's only got about 500-600 views. It's been up about 5 or 6 months now, and I wanted to show you this one because this is the thumbnail that's on it now, but this wasn't the original thumbnail that I used. And what's happened is over the time, my thumbnail strategy has changed, and along with that, so has the design of my thumbnail. So what I found out is over the length of time, people click on more of my videos when they see my stupid face pulling stupid faces. So that works for my audience, and you need to find out what works for your audience, and that's only going to happen through trial and error. I've also found out what works with my audience is nice clear text, so that's why you've got the the big writing there. But this is how the thumbnail started. Again, same image of me looking absolutely stupid, but the text is just black and white, doesn't really jump off the screen, so it would kind of get lost. And then from there, what happened is I evolved it to, I changed the text, got a little bit better, and then what I decided to do was change the background completely, put a nice white outline from me. And what happened over the time is, if I show you the analytics for that video, is here we see this is the first week of the video actually going live. And as it started, I got a nice, 12% click-through rate. And again, if you don't know what click-through rate is, I spoke about that in the last video. Click-through rate is the amount of people that have clicked on your videos based on the people that YouTube has actually shown it to. So if you've got a little bit of an audience and a little bit of subscriber base, your initial click-through rate is going to be quite high. So, this was a 12% click-through rate. So this is people that, have subscribed to my channel, hit the notification bell. So when my videos come up, it will appear on their homepage and they've clicked it. So say I had 100 subscribers at that point, 12 of those people actually clicked on my ugly face to watch that video. But what you'll notice is over time, over the next day or so, the click-through rate dropped by about 40%. So that's not good. That means that, when YouTube has gone out and shown this video to people outside of my subscribers and outside of my regular audience, not a lot of people were clicking on this thumbnail. So what I did was I changed it. I changed it to this, and then after the first 24 hours, it started to increase again. But then over the next week or so, it started to drop off once again, so down to pretty much a zero. So that means YouTube's gone out, it's shown it to a few people. The views had gone up, but not enough to warrant YouTube to go, do you know what, let's go out to more and more people. So what I did is I changed it to this one, and as you can see, it bumped all the way back up to 12% over that first week. So what I'm saying to you is, when you're thinking about your thumbnails, don't just think about one thumbnail. You kind of need to have 2 or 3 variations in those thumbnail designs, and then over the next 24 hours, 48 hours, and week of you actually putting that video online, you need to look at the reach and the click-through rate of that video to see if it's getting out to audience. Now, if that number straight away plummets like this, that means no one is clicking on that video, so you need to change that thumbnail right away. But if you notice that your thumbnail is doing okay and there's a slower decline, and then you change it because you want to give that little bit of a bump, but then if it drops based on that second thumbnail, you need to put it back to the other one so it jumps back up again. So you need to look at your click-through rate 24 hours, 48 hours, a week, and then look at it every month, every 60 days, every 90 days. And to do this, what you need to do is you need to go into your channel analytics, which I'll show you on mine. So if you go into your YouTube studio, and if you don't use this tool, you really need to use this, because YouTube gives us some absolutely fantastic tools to help grow our channels, and I'll go into other aspects of this in other videos and show you how to get the most out of it as well. But just for this example, if you find the video that you've just uploaded, what you need to do is if you click on the analytics button right here, and from here if you click on the reach button, and then from here if you click on impressions through click rate, this gives you your click rate for the video for the life of that video. So the longer it's been on there. So if this is a new video, obviously it won't be, hopefully it won't be up and down like this constantly. You'll see like a steady drop or a steady incline or decline over those first 24, 48 week, that kind of thing. Okay, so what makes a great thumbnail? Well, the honest answer is it's whatever's right for your niche and for your channel. So you need to do some research, have a look what's out there. But some of the advice I would give you out there is big text. Make sure that it is legible, because not everyone's going to be looking at these videos and thumbnails on a PC. So if you take this thumbnail for example, if I was to shrink that down in case say someone's watching this on a mobile device, I know that I can shrink that thumbnail pretty much, and that text is still legible. So these are the kind of things that you need to take into account. Also, no more than 4 words. I know I've broken it here by using 5, but usually as a rule 4 words is enough. If your channel is for kids, no text whatsoever, big bright colors. Again, when you're doing your research, just have a look at what the competition are doing. Don't replicate. Be inspired and innovate, and coming up with thumbnails that stand out from the crowd, and have 2 or 3 designs in your pocket so you can quickly swap them out. And don't be afraid if your click-through rate drops. Your thumbnail strategy is going to come over time. It's going to be a lot of trial and error. But one of the things I would say not to do is don't just have a screenshot from the actual video as your thumbnail, unless it's a comedic reaction video and someone's getting hit in the face with something like that and you want to show that in the thumbnail. That's fine. But most videos are not most educational or entertainment value. It doesn't really work. So you need to kind of find the right balance and take your time and actually craft thumbnails before you've even hit record on your video. Have it in mind, have a play. Any questions, let me know. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.